All right, it is time now once again for the Don and Eli Take on the World podcast. My name is Elias Melas, but you can call me Eli for short. And who is this amazing super trooper to my right? You're an amazing super trooper. Who are you?
Well, this trooper is Don Ledgerwood.
Well, yeah, this super trooper is
Super
Don
Trooper?
Ledgerwood.
I'm not like the super troopers from the movie, though, right? Remember the one back in the 90s, Super Troopers?
Yeah.
They were all dumb.
Yes.
I'm not like that, right?
You're very, very intelligent. You're also much more intelligent than AI, which is what we're going to be discussing here today, but we're going to get to that in a little bit, baby.
Okie dokie.
But, yeah, you are a super trooper because you are still in a lot of pain recovering from your shoulder surgery.
Y'all have no idea. I mean, I'm sure some of y'all do. But, man, this is really kicking my butt. I'm not...
Is it kicking your butt or kicking your ass?
Well, honey, I'm a lady.
I'm a lady. Okay, so she turns the filter off right now and checks me by saying... I'm a lady, babe. I don't say that shit.
Oh, my God. I couldn't even say that with a straight face, guys. There's nothing ladylike about me.
You know what a good man does to his lady?
Appease, laugh.
Well, sometimes you appease, but usually you call her out on her shit, and she calls you out on your shit. So your job is to call me out on my shit, and mine is to call you out on your shit, right, baby?
Okay. That's how you understand it.
Let's just say fair enough, and move on with the show, right?
Let's go.
All right, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Welcome to episode number 21 of the Don and Eli Take on the World podcast. We have a great show for you folks here today. And, we're going to be discussing AI here. And, I made a little boo-boo here. Give me just 1 second here. And I will fix that. Yeah. Well, baby, sometimes, we have so much going on and shit happens, right?
Yeah.
But boo-boo is corrected right now. Today's topic is what the GNA and people have that AI doesn't. One more time, episode number 21 of the Don and Eli Take on the World podcast. The topic is what the GNA and people have that AI doesn't. Before we get to that, let's start off by asking you, baby, how has our week been? How has the past week been here at the GNA, which is short for Genuine Networking Association?
Well, once again, another very busy week with the GNA. Eli is working very hard every day on shows and other things that have to do with the business. And we've had lots of talks and plans that we're making, and very excited about it. And as far as our week, it probably... We had 2 appointments this week. It really wasn't super busy on our end for errands and stuff.
Right.
But we've also had to do a lot of cleaning. Sometimes when we're not doing the errands, we've got to balance out the time for cleaning in the house and being out of the house to do the house chores there.
Yeah.
And so that's, it's just... Woof, don't shrug your shoulders.
Don't shrug your shoulders.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't shrug your shoulders or
that
the pain
hurt.
will
But,
persist.
I'm just going to say it is what it is and not shrug my shoulders.
Yeah.
I forget, guys. I mean, it's part of my body, and it's not like it's in a cast where I can't move it.
Yeah.
It's free, and I have a sling. But I could see, I did that. I just moved it enough to hurt it. And so I just have to try to be conscious of it.
That post-op pain is a bitch, huh, babe?
Oh, I would go right back into the surgery room and have to deal with them digging in my shoulder than the post-op. You know, that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, but you said, we have a lot of cleaning that we always have to do. I mean, we've got two wonderful dogs. They live indoors with us, and so between
they shred, they shed,
they shed.
they go outside and they bring footprints inside, and so we got to stay up on all that stuff, especially now that the winter's coming, because that's when it gets really tracked in from all that yucky.
So between the dogs' messes and our messes and all that, it takes time to,
And with a bum shoulder, and prior to that, like just the injury itself, and then prior to that, my leg, I haven't been able to really contribute too much to the home, which, some people would say that's kind of cool, but it actually gets kind of boring. So, last week, we made a very nice dinner. I had it all nice and ready for him when he got home from his walk. And we had a really great night that night. I think we, with our dinner. And
yeah, absolutely.
And we just had a really good night. And we had leftovers the next day. And, we just been living our life. I'm not going to talk too much because...
Well, one noteworthy thing to mention regarding the cleaning, I bought a Dyson V6 cordless, battery-operated vacuum cleaner. I got it refurbished. So I got it refurbished from Amazon about 6 years ago. It was like $208. Great deal. Normally, they're $600 brand new. Now they have the Dyson 18, 19, 20. They have newer ones, right? Dawn was asking me, how is this thing still running? I was using it for probably about 30 to 40 minutes already. And she goes, how is this thing still running? And I said,
because it's cordless, it's on a battery. So I was like, how is the battery not dead yet?
That's because, I have two batteries I bought. They're Chinese knockoff batteries, and I love the Chinese. They're double capacity batteries. So they last, they're actually a little bit more than double capacity, so they last more than twice as long as the standard battery that came. The standard battery would last about 20 minutes, and these, double capacity, more than double capacity Chinese knockoff batteries, they last for like almost an hour. So it's fantastic. And, I just, I buy the spare parts. I have a bunch of spare parts that I got on Amazon. Some of them are authentic Dyson parts. Others are Chinese knockoffs. I'm not going to pay $40 to get the mattress slash upholstery tool directly from Dyson when I can get the Chinese knockoff and 4 other tools for $19.99. And they work just the same. So. Yeah, that's how the thing is still going. It gets constant usage. And I'll tell you, having a cordless battery makes a world of difference. Now, we have a central vacuuming system here in the house, but even with the central vacuuming system, you have to plug it in to the spot in that particular room.
And it's a heavy hose.
It's a long-ass hose. And, with the Dyson... you just hold it in your hand. It has a floor, vacuum cleaner, like a stick. You can attach its own hose on it if you need to get into hard to reach areas. And it
has another attachment, so you could do like stairs if you have carpet on your stairs, or like we do, we have wood. Yeah. You just get in there really quick on each step. It's not, you all know cleaning steps is a pain in the ass. And, but this makes it, I feel like we're doing a commercial.
No, I was just going to say, we're not being paid by Dyson.
No, it's amazing.
We just love Dyson.
I haven't had a Dyson until now. So, I mean, not that I really needed a Dyson, because I had a lot of like, like the hardwood floors. The floor at my last place.
Like the mops.
Not the mops, but like the linoleum floors.
Yes, but you're talking about you cleaned them with a special.
Oh yeah, with a mop and a special cleaner versus having this big old vacuum when I only had small rugs that I could shake out and wash.
Right.
you know? So I didn't have a need for it. And my place before that, no, I didn't have a need. I just had a vacuum. And when I was married, I think we had a Bissell. I think we did then.
Yeah.
I mean, every married couple, I think, gets something like that.
Well, for the people in podcast land that haven't been following us on YouTube, we have 2 Bissells here, one for the deep carpets, and then we have one, that's a floor cleaner.
Like the hardwood floor cleaner.
And does smaller area rugs. The bigger one, I only bring that out for deep cleaning of more plushy rugs and carpet. But for the hardwood floor, we have the little one. So, when you have dogs and all that,
and just a busy life on the run.
Yeah.
And our house is not dirty. It's just lived in. There's a big difference between having a disgusting, dirty house.
Yeah.
Versus just being busy and there's clutter and you haven't had a chance to get that clutter. So if that clutter gets to be too much, then you become a hoarder and there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But, if you just got a little bit, left a dish in the sink, that's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's the people that just live dirty. Yeah.
I've never considered myself to be a hoarder, even though at times you thought I have been. What I've always kept, and I've learned to start throwing these away now, I've kept original boxes of products I've purchased in case I ever want to sell them or, in case I need to return them or something. But now it's like, Dawn and I have thrown out a bunch of stuff. But anyway, enough of that. Besides that, baby, how's everything else been going? It's just been another week.
It's been great. Just another week, happy week here in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Got my dogs. I have you. I have my family.
Mm-hmm.
Made some plans for my dad's 70th birthday, which I'm very excited about.
A week from this.
A week from today.
Well, we record these shows on Sunday, so we're recording this show on Sunday, August 10th, 2025. It'll be released, throughout the entire podcast network on Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. And next week we're going to be recording the show on Saturday, a day early, because on Sunday we're going to be going out to the Central Valley area to have lunch with your family because it's your dad's birthday.
And it's his 70th. My
70th
goodness.
birthday.
What another milestone. He's hit like 7 of them.
Yeah.
Each decade is a milestone.
You can say that again. Each decade is definitely a milestone. And interestingly enough, and the people on YouTube that have known us for a while will know this, but for the people in podcast land, we're going to tentatively, this gentleman has agreed to do it, but sometimes last minute cancellations happen, but tentatively, next week on the podcast for episode number 22, we're going to be interviewing a gentleman that goes by MJ Bodie on YouTube. It's not his real name. It's his stage name that he uses. We refer to him as MJ. And MJ is someone that used to be a part of a major drama group that's been attacking us and myself on YouTube for over 6-7 years now. He is one that never really came at me. He was just a part of that group, and now he's no longer a part of that group, and he's going to join us to share his experiences on YouTube and talk about some situations that he's been through similar to ours. And it's just going to be another very interesting show. It's going to be basically a similar type of show as the one we did a few weeks ago with ODN. Remember ODN, babe?
Yeah, great show there.
But he has a different perspective because he actually was very close friends at one point with the guy that tried to get a stalking order on me, last month by the name of Jamie, the guy that's been attacking me and harassing me and violating me and my copyright and in other ways on YouTube for years. So it's going to be very interesting to hear MJ's story, don't you think?
Oh, God, yeah. This is going to be a really good one.
It's going to be a very good show. So That's going to be coming up next week on the Don and Eli Take on the World podcast for episode number 22. Tentatively speaking, he's already agreed to do the interview, but I'm saying tentatively because shit happens, right?
Shit happens.
Shit happens.
We know that all too well.
Oh, we certainly...
Things change. Our plans change almost daily. Literally, they do.
They do. They change minute by minute sometimes.
Sometimes, just based on what's going on and, like traveling, going out. Sometimes, it's going to take us 25 minutes normally. Then it takes us like 40 minutes because of traffic, and it stresses you out. And it gets all gets y'all worked up and, but we pretty much have a stress-free life when it comes to Eli and myself. Mm-hmm. The stress comes from work. That's where it comes from in these attacks. And I really think getting a different perspective and listening to MJ explain why he became a part of that community and then why he left that community. Right. So that's going to be a very interesting story.
Exactly. That's what we want to hear. We want to hear what would make someone initially want to join a group like that and what would make them want to lead years down the road. And the interesting thing is, he actually left a few times and came back, and now I believe he's permanently gone. And now that guy's group, that guy that tried to get the stalking order on me, his group is really falling apart. He's not really creating as much content as he was. I think he's working a full-time or semi-full-time type of job from home. And maybe he's starting to focus on some other things. Who knows? But yeah, that'll be very interesting. Now, babe.
Yeah. And that's kind of where I was going with this is like Eli and I live a happy life. We don't really have much stress besides this YouTube community. And that's why
they don't stop. They never stop.
And and we have our own thing. But you know what? We also don't go and jump into anybody else's community that could possibly have drama. We just don't. We stick to our own stuff and we're happy. And that's my thought is like, you have to really think before you join these communities. You got to vet them out, watch their chats, see what they talk about. Is that really a positive place to go? Or, could that be toxic for one of your own toxic things? So.
Yeah, well, baby, you should be able to go wherever you want to go on the internet to associate with whoever you want to associate with without having the fear of joining the wrong group and then being, what's the right way to say it? Chastised. Well, initially they love bomb you out the door to try to
welcome you,
to try to suck you in and then get you to donate.
Yeah.
And so you get emotionally attached, and then they show you their real true colors, and then you're afraid to leave because you fear the retaliation of what any particular creator would do in that situation. I've seen this happen many times by many of these creators in this same drama sphere centric type of group that's been coming at us for years. This guy, Jamie, while he may not be coming at me as much or coming at us as much right now because, I've got a few court cases I'm filing on him and he knows that's happening. There are other people in his group that are still doing it. And so it's like they're always passing the baton. And that's what happens. I
told him that when I first started dating him.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's not like that. I was like, but it seems like one person concentrates on you. And when something goes astray or something goes wrong there, they pass it off to one of their other big, guys that will go at you. Mm-hmm. And then they'll even try to pull people off the bench to go at you.
Right.
Yeah. And that's because they've lost all ability to go at you. So now they have to recruit. That's where the love bombs come in. That's where all of that, they're like, oh, look at this guy, and they take all of the clips that you've done bad. and show.
Well, they
these
take them
people.
they take them out of context. I mean, I've made a few mistakes. I said a few things I didn't mean to say, but everyone's done that, right?
That's what I'm saying.
What's so special about me?
But see, that's what I'm saying is that this also leads into the AI because they will rebroadcast you, but during your rebroadcast, they can absolutely change like what you're saying and what's in the chat.
I don't know if they can do that while I'm live or while we're live.
No, but they do it after.
But they can do it on the pre-recorded videos. And I'm sure there's probably some software out there that can do it while a live stream is happening. Either that or that'll be coming at some point. At some point, you're going to be able to do anything and everything that you can't do yet with AI, which is what I'm trying to say. They're going to be able to do more than you already can. That's what I'm trying to say. More than you already can. And there's a lot you can do. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I also want to add in that this dumb bitch here decides to go to the pharmacy yesterday and get a flu shot and a shingles shot in her right arm. So now she's debilitated in both arms.
Well, that was your choice. You decided to do that.
Well, I had to get them done because, I want to be safe. And especially if I have a wound, I want all the little army guys up there defending me,
I hear you. I was going to suggest to wait a couple more weeks until your pain subsides from your surgery, but that's okay. You got it done. You got the shingles vaccine, which is very important. Once you turn 50, you got to get both doses a couple months apart of the shingles vaccine because if not,
it's painful and fatal.
It could be fatal if you don't, especially if you've had chickenpox before, like most of us have at a young age. The shingles virus is already in you.
Yes. And our pharmacist was telling us yesterday while he was doing the vaccines that he had a patient come in to the pharmacy that had shingles completely around, like all over her face, all like straight across it.
Mm-hmm.
And can you imagine not only the pain and suffering, but also like humiliation, not wanting to go out in the public with that,
Yeah.
Come on, guys. One shot, you don't have to deal with that shit. Second shot a few months later, you're done for a year.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
it made you sleep a lot yesterday.
Oh, yeah. It did make me sleepy. And I did. I was there at the beginning of your walk and I said hello. But then I kind of dozed out. I popped back on for like 5 or 10 minutes to hear you ask if if we could see you and hear you. And what he does is if he goes offline, he'll come back and say, can you all hear me and see me okay?
Yeah.
And then we put a 1 in the chat. And so I heard that and I just got up and I just put a 1 and, so I popped up in the middle of the chat. And then I was just done. I was just back asleep.
Yeah, for those of you that are listening to the audio-only version of the podcast through the audio-only network, what Don is referring to is on our secondary YouTube channel, GNA 2, Genuine Live Personal Development. That's where we do our live streams, and I do almost daily, if not daily, Walking with Purpose streams. I go on a walk and they're more of an informal type of stream, but there's always a topic as well. But people can come in the chat on the YouTube end of things and ask any questions that they'd like.
Yeah, I would say that your walking is something that's just kind of like you come up with ideas and then you just kind of roll with everybody in the chat. It's informal.
They're
yeah.
informal streams. These are not these streams are not meant to be formal. Now, I always try to be professional, but sometimes, when you're dealing with people on the internet, and they do stupid shit, right? Sometimes you got to scold them, especially if you've been through what I've been through and they've scolded me. most of the time for no reason. Hey, if I deserve to be scolded, scold me all the fuck you want. But these people intentionally scold you because once they create an audience of haters that will only watch them when they make hate content on me, then they make shit up. So the people that continue to do that, or let's say they come into my live stream chats of the informal streams or other live streams we do on YouTube and they want to talk shit, then I'll give them a piece of my fucking mind. They're informal streams, but they also have an actual topic, and we are there to help you.
Yeah.
But here's
and that's where we take a lot of the comments, and for our podcasts and our shows and stuff, we like the feedback. We want to hear what y'all want to talk about. So that's a good place. If y'all want to come and see, drop in, let him know that you're from YouTube from our podcast, and then stick around and listen and chat, and we welcome you there. We absolutely do.
Absolutely. So we're at 26 minutes.
And you know what I have to do?
You have to use the restroom right now?
Before we start the conversation on our subject.
Okay, so can you wait another 10 minutes?
Oh, for you to intro the subject?
We still have more on our monologue to talk about.
Oh, I thought we were done. I thought we were jumping in.
You want to go and use the restroom right now?
Well, let's finish the monologue.
Okay, so here's the thing. See, now I forgot. see what happens? That throws me off. We have actually 3 Reddit postings that we're going to go over in a bit because we want to show you what other people are saying about this topic on the internet, but we are also going to share our thoughts here through our monologue before we get to that. Now, let me ask you something, baby. Obviously, you know what AI is. It's short for artificial intelligence. And in my opinion, there are good and bad things about AI. What are your thoughts about AI? And do you feel there are good and bad things about it? And, whatever you want to share about it.
Yeah, I think AI is a very scary thing to deal with. I feel that it should only be done in a professional setting. For instance, my doctors will bring in their AI to transcribe their notes for them while they're talking. They're transcribing. So, I find that that's useful in the right profession, in the right person's hands. But I believe AI is a very, very dangerous thing for our future.
Okay. Do you feel there are other good aspects of AI besides, you mentioned like transcribing,
medical,
like speech to voice? That's been around for a long time. You can't consider that
no
AI. It's gotten better, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, the AI, the way it does it is like it literally is putting it into the computer, like the AI in there. So you know how my primary can sit there and look at me and just type. Well, other doctors don't have that. Like they can't, or they want to concentrate more on the patient. And so they will have that. And that will literally be putting orders into the computer. That's doing like him talking right there. So that's where I find it helpful. It'd be helpful in a courtroom, those situations. And because I think it will make things more accurate, records more accurate.
Okay. Anything else?
It's scary. It's just scary, and it could be very dangerous. And I'm interested in hearing these Reddit posts and people's thoughts because, I know what it is. I know what it's capable of doing. But I'd like to see people's perspectives on the good of AI. Because I have one that says it's good. And then I have a whole big old fat piece of the pie that says it's dangerous and we should stay away. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm going to share my thoughts here before we get to those 3 Reddit postings. There's good and bad. obviously regarding AI, artificial intelligence. Some examples that I feel are good that have tremendously helped me. You know, like you said, transcribing and stuff like that. That is fantastic. Like, YouTube uses AI to automatically transcribe videos. And now we have a transcription of every video and live stream that we do. Typically, once the video stream is processed, it takes maybe another couple hours, and there's it's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good.
And see, with like in the courts and in the medical field, all of that stuff would be considered confidential until being released, like for public record. Now, nothing medical is going to be released, but like I'm saying with the court proceeding, if they need to keep anything confidential until, the case, for whatever reason, I'm not talking like even
certain
cases like yours. I'm talking about, let's go big old murder cases and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have accuracy. You want to have something. And if it's in a confidential mode, I don't know this for a fact. I would assume it would be in some kind of mode that no manipulation can be done to it.
Okay.
And then all the other AI out there in the world on the computer, that's all just people having fun and stupid and causing a lot of feels in this world, I'd say. A lot of weird feelings.
Okay. Well, thank you for your thoughts on that. So, transcription is good. Another thing, now every time we cross a bridge, it's electronic toll pass. That's a version of artificial intelligence, because basically the transponder is reading, is being read by the other transponder on the other side as you're crossing through the bridge.
And it's able to tell if you have one or two or three passengers in the car.
Well, you have to select that.
Yeah, but they have the ability. They have cameras that if you select like 3 all the time, they do have random cameras out there to catch you with that kind of stuff.
Well, they have video running.
Because there's fraud. Like, everybody would do that. Everybody would put a 3 in there and travel for free.
They have constant video.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
They have constant video recording there. And it's the same thing when you're in what we have that are called express lanes, where you pay some money to bypass traffic. When there's traffic, you get in the express lane, and it dynamically shows the price of a certain distance. And if you go by yourself, if you're driving by yourself, you pay that price. If you have 2 people, like when Don and I are in the car, we get 50% off the posted price. If you have 3 or more, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. But yeah, I mean, there are ways.
Is it worth it? Because you don't know what would happen. I mean, before it was just a matter of just putting up like a car seat with a kid in it you could be like, okay, I can drive in that diamond carpool lane.
You still, if you have a human baby, or if you have any other human in there, regardless of the age, that does count as a person.
Dogs do not count.
Dogs don't count. They don't count. No.
Blow up dolls don't.
Blow
count.
up dolls don't count. Come on. But moving right along. So, the sad thing, though, is AI has taken over lots of jobs. There are even lots of jobs.
Oh, yes.
There are many more robots, creating products as part of the assembly line that, used to require a human to be there. That's the downfall. That to me, that part is the shit part of AI, that it's basically taking over lots of jobs, but it is making certain jobs and certain things easier and more efficient.
Well, as far as like your fast track, it did take all the jobs away of the toll booth workers.
It did.
But
there are no more toll takers.
But in this, like, I look at this, and that is a blessing, Because you know what? There are no more long ass lines to get onto a bridge.
Right. There are no more. That's the benefit of it.
Yes. You just fly through there. They take a picture of your freaking fast track or whatever, and you go through. And that's, oh my God, you guys, I'm sure y'all understand, but here, it would take a good 45 minutes to get across the Benicia Bridge when I would go there.
Yeah.
Like going up into the Napa area. And that was just, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's because you had to wait in the cash-only line. See, Fast Track's been around for a while. The electronic toll has been around for a while. But, what happened was they reduced the amount of cash-only lanes, and you were paying cash while the rest of the people were using Fast Track. I used to do the same thing, and then I said, screw it, I'm getting Fast Track. I'm not waiting anymore. Now, you don't have any option besides getting Fast Track, which is great, and it works great.
That's only if you go over bridges. Like, not everybody here has to have Fast Track. Is what
you don't have to have it, but if you commute and you have to get on the freeways, especially during rush hour, I suggest getting it. But anyway,
what amazes me is how many people don't have it and choose to sit in that traffic.
Yeah.
Like, do you have that much time in your day that you can just sit there for an hour? Letting your car basically idle, burning gas.
Yep.
Another
aspect of AI that I actually like, but some other people think is scary, is when you're on like social media and stuff, or you go to websites, AI can help recommend products they think you're going to like. If you go and look at some products, let's say on Amazon, and then you go to Facebook, you may see an ad because Amazon and other websites put tracking cookies. Those have been around for ages. But it's a similar concept of AI. It's basically, recommending you, what they think you want. And I'll tell you this, it is pretty fucking accurate.
It is. It used to scare me because I'd be like,
how did they know?
I'm like talking to my friend. I'm like, oh my God, like we were just talking about going to this place. Now all of these feeds are coming up about this certain place. And I'm like, I've noticed that here where I've said a restaurant to you. I'm like, we got to check that restaurant out. And then that'll start coming up in my Facebook feeds. And we've never been there. And we've never looked it up.
You went and did a Google search for
No,
it.
I didn't. I said to you, we need to go check this restaurant out. And I don't even know what you said. But my phone then started, I'll just say it's for a restaurant downtown that your mother got me food from. Mm-hmm. But that was before your mom got it for me. Okay. Because I had told you about that place and it kept popping up.
Okay.
So we need to hurry this along because I have some bladder issues.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me go ahead and turn the camera off, and you can go ahead and take your potty break, and I'll make people aware of how they can all get in touch with us here.
Okay.
And then we'll continue when you get back. So, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this podcast throughout the entire audio-only podcast network, including we're on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, my lady's favorite, iHeartRadio. We're also on Amazon's Audible. Amazon has Amazon Music and Amazon Audible. They both, distribute podcasts. And then any of the, we're on YouTube Music as well, or any of the other unknown ones. You can do a search for us, Don Lee, like Take on the World podcast, and you'll see us all over the audio-only network. If you're listening to this audio-only and you want to watch the video version of this on our main YouTube channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development, go in the description of this episode or any other episode that you're on. That particular link is shared of the video version of our podcast, and that'll also take you at the same time to our main channel on YouTube, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. GNA stands for Genuine Networking Association. When you go there, make sure you subscribe, you bang the bell, you select all notifications so you don't miss anything. Also, while you're there watching the podcast, in the description section of the video, you can also go down a few lines and you'll see the link to subscribe to the channel that my lady was mentioning regarding my walks earlier, my live walks. GNA 2, Genuine Live Personal Development. You're going to want to subscribe there, bang the bell and select all notifications, because I go live there from a walk, if not every day, almost every day, probably about 350 out of the 365 days out of the year. I do a walking stream. They are informal, but there's actually a topic, and we also take any, questions that are reasonable. If people are trolling, they're going to get banned, and they've been getting banned. But if you're a good person and you have some legitimate questions regarding life, personal development, self-help, self-improvement, I'd be happy to give you my thoughts, my advice. And sometimes Dawn even joins me on those walks. She hasn't joined me in a while because she had surgery recently, and until she recovers, she's going to be taking it easy, but she'll be back doing those walks once she gets better. So that is that. I'm still waiting for Dawn to come back. She's taking a little bit longer than normal. I see her on the camera. She's about to walk back in there. We're still off camera, baby, on the video side of things. But you're back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's no worries. Thank you for everybody's patience.
All right. Let me know when we're ready to turn the video back on.
Can you assist with
Hang on a second here. All right.
Sorry, guys.
All right. We're ready to go back on video. All right. Welcome back. So, baby, let me get through this. I have a few more things I want to share so we can get to these Reddit postings.
Okay.
So, there are other things, that AI is good for. It's made life a lot easier in many ways. It's also, cost people their jobs, such as I was mentioning the toll takers. Here in California, we call it Caltrans, the California Department of Transportation. And I'd say probably at least 200 to 300 people lost their jobs when that happened. And it started happening, it started probably happening about 10 plus years ago, because they had cash lanes and then they still had electronic lanes. Now they're 100% electronic. So that's the sad part. But the bad part about AI is what a lot of people use and abuse for content on the internet. A lot of people nowadays are using AI to replicate your voice and, take a video of you, put it through AI, have it recognize your voice and your face and the patterns of your mouth, and then get you to say whatever they want you to say. And it looks like you're saying it, or pretty damn close to it. And that is fucking scary. People have done that to me. Now, there's really not much you can do about that. You can report videos like that. Maybe they'll come down, maybe they won't. But that's the part that I can't stand, is the part when you have some people, for example, let's say YouTube, the most popular video platform in the world, and everyone wants to be YouTube famous and make a ton of money doing it, right? These people that have no other content, they will do this stupid shit as their content to, make money and have an audience and feel important and feel like they're relevant or feel like they have some kind of purpose. And that's the part I don't like about AI. I don't like the part about AI where they can duplicate who you are and get you to say whatever they want you to say and then make it appear real to the public. Mm-hmm. Now, most reasonable people in the public are going to understand, oh, this guy would never say something like that. But not everyone knows me or knows everyone that this happens to.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, there are some pretty, like I've said it before, I hate to say it again, there are some mentally ill people that will believe whatever anyone says.
I'm just going to say they're not even mentally ill. They're just shitty, miserable people.
They're miserable clowns.
That seriously just need a friend. That's all they need is a true friend and a true hug.
Yeah.
Because they're sad in their miserable life. And that, I'm sad for them. I really am. I've never experienced that. I can say I've never experienced not having a best friend, somebody to go to.
Yeah.
That is like going to be a realistic part of my world and not one of these made up, generated, you totally distracted me, Eli. Shit.
AI generated fake stuff. What were you were talking about?
I was talking about talking like with a friend and having it be
having a real conversation.
Having a real conversation.
Authentic, real conversation where you're we're right next to each other. This is not AI.
Yeah, and nothing is auto-generated, nothing is fake. And that's what y'all need. And if you could get that in your life, you'd be so much happier to have somebody else that loves you. I'm not just talking about mom and dad. They have to love you. I'm talking about find a true friend, somebody that gets you.
Yeah.
That's where I think if you have that as a foundation, as a person, you will not get sucked in or believe a lot of this artificial intelligence or artificially generated information or just basic fake instigated drama.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, even people that know it's fake, they laugh at that as entertainment, and then they'll pay that creator money to, put out this fake AI stuff, let's say, for example, on someone like myself or you, right? And it's one thing for that audience to get a laugh at it and know it's not true. It's another thing for them to think it is true, or other people that may come across that video or live stream where this is happening to believe that it's true. It affects your reputation. And honestly, I think it's very defamatory. And I honestly think that they need to do something here in the U.S. to strengthen our internet laws, because like I've mentioned many times in the past on our podcast, when we've talked about anything regarding the internet or when the internet came up or when the internet would come up, which is what I was trying to say, the U.S. has the loosest internet laws in the world. And it all stems back to, we have, First Amendment, freedom of speech rights. Well, that's great, but they're not absolute. First Amendment rights are not absolute. Okay. And what that means is, if you are defamatory towards someone and you violate them in a way that affects them, from being able to, reasonably run their business or reasonably live their life, then, that has nothing to do with First Amendment rights. That's defamatory, libel, slander, harassment, etc. Right, baby?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're basically saying there.
Yeah.
In other words.
Yeah, and going back to like having people that are true in your life, because you know what? If anybody didn't know me and they saw everything that has been said about me from this one particular group of people, they would think that I was the most obnoxiously cruel, evil, Skeletor, disgusting person. Okay? Well, it's obvious that I have people in my life that don't feel that way about me. That's why I don't have to fake friendships online.
Right. A lot of these people are very lonely and miserable people that live by themselves. They don't have any friends, or they have very few friends, and even the friends they have don't want to be around them because they know how they are. Like, it's not fun being around them. They're miserable. Happy people do not want to be around miserable people, babe, right?
Oh, yeah. Like attracts like.
Like attracts like.
Yeah, and if you are not positive, if I feel like you're a dark entity walking into the room, then you best believe I'm running away to find the light, because you are not somebody I want in my life at all.
Yeah, I think what we're saying in other words, let me know what you think about this, then we're going to get to these postings here. I think what you're saying, what we're saying is that the people that abuse AI the most are these miserable people that have no purpose and have very few to no friends. They're just basically doing stupid things just to get attention from anyone that'll give them the time of day, because there's always going to be an audience for stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all they're doing. They're playing to the guaranteed audience where everyone tunes in when anything stupid is done.
Mm-hmm.
They can't create something authentic because, they lack, self-love. They lack self-respect. They lack purpose. They lack what it takes to do the right thing, because they just hate themselves. That's the bottom line. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you in pain?
A lot.
A lot. Okay. All right. So you ready to get to this, baby?
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on over to the browser screen here. And this is the first of 3 postings. The first one is from the subreddit r/artificial. Oh, great name. And the original poster's title is, "What can humans do that AI won't ever be able to do?" What can humans do that AI won't ever be able to do? It's a very short posting, and this is what they said. "I am just really depressed about the fact that AI can learn pretty much everything when given enough time." Yeah. So I'm curious if any of you know something that AI won't be able to do / learn. If not, then living in the future times would be pretty boring, because you could set goals for yourself, but AI would be better every time. Greetings. Edit. Thanks for downvotes.
You know what? I think that's somewhat true, because it is very, plug me in, type of thing.
Yeah.
That is kind of like weird. I don't know. The whole AI thing in like the house is weird, but I understand there are things that are AI in our house, but it just scares me a little bit, It's just like, what are they doing? Not that they think anything of me. I'm just a peon on this planet.
But this person was talking about, is there anything that AI can't do?
I don't know. Maybe empathy.
That's it. You nailed it. Oh, I can't. No, I can't.
Low 5.
Low 5. You nailed it. I'm going to give you a big round of applause. Absolutely, baby. Artificial intelligence, AI, has 0 emotion.
Yeah.
And what is the most important thing when bonding with other humans, whether it's a dating relationship, a marriage, a friendship, or whatever? It's emotion.
Yeah, human connection.
Human connection is an emotion.
Yeah, it is.
You okay?
Yeah.
You have to go again?
No, it's just hot in here.
Okay. Well, I've got the fan on at a level where I can't turn it on anymore.
I know.
Because then it'll come through on the sound. All right. Yeah, so basically that is the answer right there. The topic of our stream is what the GNA and people have that AI doesn't. And the main thing is emotion, empathy, compassion. Right?
Sympathy. Did you say sympathy?
Sympathy, similar thing, right? Yeah. You can't. How do I say this the right way? AI can give you information. AI can give you the same information Don and I can. What's the difference? Okay. The difference is Don and I are willing to be there for you and give you a hug and tell you, hey, you know what? Everything's going to be okay. We're here for you. We care about you.
Or
AI is not going to tell you that they care about you. Go ahead.
no, or we're going to be real with you and say what's possible and not possible,
Right.
but still be genuine at the same time. You know, where you have to program these things. They don't have brains.
You ask AI a question, it'll answer it in the same
like
way.
Alexa does.
Or a similar, AI is just, Alexa is just another AI.
Mm-hmm.
That's all Alexa is. Alexa is AI.
Yeah.
That's all she is. But, Alexa and any other AI can give you the information of anything you ask them in the same ways we'll give you if you ask us. The difference is that we're going to give you the human touch. We're going to give you a pat on the back or a hug, or, we're going to also tell you, hey, we love you. We're here for you. If you need anything, please reach out to us anytime. AI can't do that. And what do people want the most? They want a hug. They want to be loved.
Human touch.
They want the human touch, right? What do women want the most? They want to be heard and understood. There are times where you've tried to even ask Alexa something and Alexa didn't get it, and you're like, fuck you, Alexa.
Oh, fuck you, Alexa.
Fuck
what are
you,
you
Alexa.
good for, you dumb bitch?
I've said fuck you to Siri before, and Siri said that's not the nicest thing to say. That was pretty funny.
No, I think Alexa says, I don't understand
I don't
that.
understand that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, I think they changed it. But in the past, you were able to ask, or you were able to talk shit to Siri on the iPhone or an Apple product. And Siri would say, that's not the nicest thing to say. But I think they changed that now to, I don't understand that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I like it when the AI would say, that's not the nicest thing to say. You know why? Because it almost sounds like they were trying to program AI with feelings.
Yeah, yeah.
I would rather have these fuckers like Apple and Google and ChatGPT and all of them program this fucking AI shit with some feelings. If you say, fuck you, Siri.
Oh, they have tried to do that.
Yeah, but you don't see it anymore.
Well, I see it on my Facebook because they know I love country music. Mm-hmm. They know the movie people, the actors and actresses on my daytime shows that I watch or nighttime shows. And I will get the most sad information. I don't know how many times Willie Nelson died, and Reba was in a flood in Texas. Did y'all know that? These are the things that come through that try to pull at your heart. Like, oh my God. I have to ask. I didn't believe him when Malcolm died. I had to ask.
Those are fake sites. A lot of those sites are fake. You know why? Because when you click on them, they make ad revenue. Yeah,
and then you get more suggestions to your page.
Yes, but the bottom line is those fake stories, they are to get you to click, and every click that you click on them, that person creating that site gets paid. And eventually it's a terms of service violation. Eventually they get shut down, but initially they might make some money. But anyway, let's continue.
And
here.
What did that Reddit answer the question?
Well, we're going to go back there right now.
Okie dokie.
So let's go down and see here. Let's see here. First off, this is Hubba Wubba.
Hubba Wubba.
And this was 8 years ago. AI has been around for a while, but it's gotten a lot better. First off, AI can't learn everything at present, not by a long shot. They're very good at highly structured tasks, playing chess or Go, for instance, with clear rules. They're far less effective at unstructured and social tasks. Well, they still are to this day. This was 8 years ago. Okay. That is absolutely true. it is always possible that AI will someday surpass humans in every regard. I don't think AI will ever surpass humans because we're the ones that are creating. We created AI.
Who are going to be the doctors? Who are going to be the lawyers? Who are going to be the cops, the firemen? I'm sorry, you can't put a robot in a OR and expect to have that go smooth.
A robot doctor operating on you?
Yeah, because you know what? My doctor is never going to say operator error, or, malfunction.
Yeah.
It's like my doctor is not going to talk back to himself,
Yeah.
and it's just like, get out of our OR, get out of this.
Yeah.
But then out on the floor, AI works great for the nursing staff because now we have all of our medications in a Pyxis, all like computerized AI where you've got your little thing going in and your little zapper. And yeah. And it is really good because I had a zapper when we first started, but it wasn't quite as accurate. We would have to go back for even like, mostly it was just for the little collays that we would have to give our patients.
You mean the thing that they scan you? Like they scan your wrists and all that?
Yeah. And like that one, from all the pills, that's the one they always would mess up.
That was 15 years ago, though, right?
That was 30 years ago.
30 years ago. So in 30 years, AI has gone haywire.
Well, yeah, and I'm saying 30 years ago. Let me clarify, y'all. That was when I had my daughter, okay? So I'm going back to the care that I received before I was a nurse. I want to clarify that.
Okay. All right.
Because people will AI my statement and send it to like the nursing board and say I'm pretending to be a nurse.
Yeah. They can do whatever they want. They're not going to get anywhere. All right, let's continue here.
Was that heard? I don't think so.
Yeah. But I'm skeptical as to whether or not this will occur as quickly as some people warn. In the 60s, when they first came up with neural networks, something that would subsequently be left to collect dust until just a few years ago, incredible predictions were made about what robots and artificial intelligence would look like well before the present day. Turns out it is a lot harder to catch up with 4 billion years of evolution than we thought. Well, here's the thing. Like we've been saying all along, AI in 2025 is pretty fucking damn good. It is pretty good. Is it perfect? No, it's a lot better than it has been. But will it ever replace humans? No. Fuck no. AI has no emotion. Now, you can create an AI creature to have emotion, but you got to program it, according to someone else's emotional patterns. AI is not going to be able to, on the fly, react emotionally like a human being unless it's programmed to do so by an emotional human being. Go ahead.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Who's going to program these things?
We are.
You want to get rid of us? Then program yourself.
So computers are all about programming. AI is about
building you.
AI is programming. It's all zeros and ones. It's all zeros and ones. Just like our background here today. Okay. You're seeing a bunch of zeros and ones in the background. You can barely see. You have to look very close. But it says AI in the background. Oh, over there. Like, where are we? Right up here. You see up there? Mm-hmm. Okay. Zeros and ones. Binary code. That's all AI is.
Mm-hmm.
You're being a super trooper, aren't you?
I'm trying.
She's trying. All right, let's continue here. Whoops.
Should we end the show?
Well, I just... Give me a second here.
You cut the camera.
Yeah. Okay, cool. It did not go off and play. I showed one of my end screens there. It was I use in my videos outside of the podcast. It just showed the Tony Robbins quote. A very good quote there. All right, let us continue. it is also important to think of AI not as replacing humans. We were talking about that, but as expanding our capabilities, making it easier to do things, not from a lazy standpoint, from a more efficient standpoint.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yes. Now, here's the thing. It's not saying to be lazy and not work hard, but you can be more efficient. I think
my dad was the hardest working man I've ever known. Mm-hmm. But his motto was, work smarter than harder. Well, you don't have to work hard. Like if you do it right the first time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't have to go back and do it over and over again because you haven't put the right effort in at first. So, think about it. You do the job once, it's done so that you did it smart. Mm-hmm. But if you didn't do it smart, he would have to work harder to replace the shower, the counter, whatever.
Of course. But
that's what I'm saying.
Your father was doing he was being efficient. And an example of efficiency, if we go back to the bridges now that have electronic toll pass, okay? When it was all cash only, okay, you couldn't even pay credit card or debit card. Now you could buy toll passes, but you had to buy them at the booth, right? So regardless, there was always an individual cash transaction happening at every toll booth. And that would take typically at least maybe 10 to 20 seconds per person, right? Now, some people would have exact cash. Some people needed change. The ones that had exact cash, it would take 2 seconds. Some people 5 to 10 seconds, right? But it would create a line waiting to pay the toll. What have the electronic toll passes done? It keeps traffic moving. You keep moving. You have to slow down to 25 miles an hour so you get through the toll booth without crashing on the pole. Because, you got to go through each booth and there's, minimal space. But traffic keeps moving. It's more efficient. It's more efficient, meaning that there's no delay. You just keep on moving. And then you don't have to have somebody there take the money, and you're saving money. So we're saving tax dollars. It sucks that these people don't have a job anymore. I feel for them regarding that. But we can take those tax dollars now and invest them back into fixing more roads or doing something else, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right.
So, I feel that AI at a core was made to create better efficiency at getting things done, whatever they may be.
I don't think the intention was to eliminate humans from working. I don't think that I think they tried to assist to make things easier on production so that it could flow faster. But I don't think that their intention was to take over like whole companies and just have it AI. Mm-hmm. I do believe it was somewhat generated to help people.
Yeah. And a lot of these things are more technology. They aren't necessarily technically artificial intelligence, but it's the same concept even for the technology aspect of things.
Yeah.
They were made to make things more efficient. Okay. Let us continue here.
Oh, let me take this off.
Okay. Yeah. No worries. They are increasingly removing the need for human labor, which enables more of us to dedicate our lives to the intellectual tasks at which AI are, and likely will be for many decades inferior. Certainly, they have and will replace us in many tasks, but this opens the door for humans to discover new ways to exist in the world defined as much by the created as by the creators. So here's the thing. What I like about AI is that, because right now I'm filing a couple of very serious natured civil court cases and copyright court cases. And you need some help?
It's better out of the sling right now.
Okay. And filing these court cases, I need to do a lot of research on information. I can go into Google and type in California, in Florida, whatever, how do you do this? Is this considered this or that? And you get an answer just like that.
Yeah.
And then it refers you off to other websites, and it allows you to research information much easier than ever before. I think that's a great thing.
Oh, I love it. He'll go on his walks, the ones he does daily, and sometimes somebody will say something, or he's trying to like remember when something happened, and I could be right there, and I'm like, Alexa, what's this and this and this, and then I could type it right back and be accurate into his chat, and because sometimes he's like, I don't remember what that word is. You've done that before where it just doesn't
we've all
come.
done that. We've all done that.
It just doesn't come to your mind. And then I'm like, ooh, I think I asked something about some baseball stat the other day that you were talking about.
Yeah.
I think it had to do with Barry Bonds or something. Because I think Barry Bonds is your favorite.
Barry Bonds is my ultimate, most favorite player of all time.
He
went to my high school, Sarah High School, and he hit 73 homers in 1 year, and
he hit 600 plus total in his career.
Well, he hit more than that, baby.
I said 600 plus.
It was over 700.
Well, I saw they were just doing his special again, and I just saw a clip of his 600th. So I was saying at least 600.
Yeah.
It's kind of very hard for me. If I had to go and be as loyal as I could, I would say Will Clark was my favorite baseball player. But if we go current, of course, Buster Posey. And we go more current today, my good old friend, Mike Yastrzemski, who was traded to the Royals this last month in a tragic deadline trade negotiation.
Barry Bonds, that's sad. I know, baby. Barry Bonds is the all-time home run leader at 762 homers, followed by Hank Aaron, 755, Babe Ruth, 714, and Albert Pujols, 703, and Alex Rodriguez, 696. Yes, all of these guys.
And the second was Hank Aaron?
Yes.
Yeah.
Willie Mays, 660, number 6.
Hank Aaron, I believe, is like his godfather, or no, Willie Mays.
No, Willie Mays.
So who is the other one? He's connected somehow in that family.
Who?
The second one.
Hank Aaron?
Hank Aaron. Oh, he's just the Giants.
Yeah.
He's just a ridge. He's from back in the day, the Babe Ruth days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I wanted to clear that up because I couldn't remember the exact amount because it's been a while. But I knew Barry was the all-time home run leader, and he had well over 700. It wasn't just 6 something. He is the man. Here's the thing: Barry had great hand-eye coordination, even without the steroids. He would have hit. Without the steroids, Bonds would have probably at least gotten to about 660 or 670 or something like that. I think the steroids helped him out. It helped him stay healthier longer. Stronger and healthy. Well, yeah, because it helps you repair. When you tear and repair the muscle to build more muscle, steroids repair it quicker. You can bulk up a lot quicker and easier. But anyway, let us continue. All right. Another thing to focus on is the personal satisfaction you derive from completing some task. Right. Mm-hmm. Are you going to do it yourself and feel like you've accomplished something? Or are you going to have AI do it and feel like it's just another day?
Yeah.
There's nothing special about AI doing the work for you.
No. I mean,
You
let's
don't
go
get any
back to
human
school.
satisfaction.
Let's go back to school. How good did you feel when you wrote, your thesis for college, and that was all you putting that out there. That wasn't just a click paste, let's download some article. And no, that genuinely came from the heart back then.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what comes from the heart. I don't know how true anybody is until I meet them in person.
You don't trust anybody, do you, baby?
Not unless they're standing in front of me.
Really?
Well, it's hard to, unless I know you. It's hard. We started dating through online dating, but we went through a reputable company, Match.com.
Absolutely.
There are several others out there that are not as reputable. And they, God knows what you'll wind up with, and that's, I think that was one thing that is good with AI, because it was able to take our profiles and match them through that AI kind of computer thing. But once our connection came, it was magic. It was us.
Yeah. Well, you put in criteria that you want, and then the system, the algorithm, which is another, algorithms are based off of AI. The algorithm will give you results based on, the information you put in there, your radius and other aspects that you're looking at, yeah. And then it'll also make recommendations based on other past things you've inputted without you having input. But you have to initially input enough information so AI knows a little bit about you, or knows enough about you to be able to recommend you stuff that is going to be pretty close to or exactly what you want or what you like, right? So, yeah. Okay. Perhaps someday an AI will be able to write a decent, convincing book. I think it can already do that nowadays, but how authentic is that? Anyone can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, people are now using AI in 2025 on YouTube to talk shit about people in community postings. They're taking screenshots and of what AI outputs, and then they use it as, image postings on YouTube, and it's overkill. It can be overkill at times, the way people are using it. But it won't be your novel or your painting or your birdhouse or the product of whatever passion you have. As long as you derive satisfaction from doing a thing, it will always remain worthwhile. So if you want something to be your own, you got to create it on your own. Can you use AI to do research? Yeah, but having AI write the book for you, that's ridiculous. You got to sit there with Microsoft Word or whatever, whatever program you use to write things out on your computer, and you got to type it out yourself, and then proofread it or have an editor, proofread it and make edits. But using AI to write a book, inauthentic to me. Inauthentic.
No.
Is it possible? Yeah, you can even do that now. Now you can do that, but it's inauthentic.
Yeah, and that's why they started on the websites asking, if you were a robot and to identify things, because they wanted to make sure it wasn't an AI coming in to fill out your information for a bank loan, or something else. That's how that I find it helps. Like I said, I think it helps on a lot of things, but it can be dangerous in the wrong person's hand.
Absolutely. There's one more thing before we go to the second one here I want to mention here. Chaotic 3 equilibrium. says, and this was 8 years ago, think of AI not as replacing humans, but as expanding our capabilities. And then he says, exactly. I agree.
I think that's
Very
correct.
fair. That's a fair statement.
Very
That's
fair.
a very, very fair and good statement, right?
Yes.
Ready for the second one, baby?
Let's go.
Let's roll with it, baby.
I don't know. I said, let's roll so we can get this done before I scream.
We got 30 more minutes. We're good. All right. The second Reddit posting is from the subreddit r/AI Wars. And the original poster's title is AI does not learn exactly like a human. One more time, AI does not learn exactly like a human. Please, let's put this one to bed. I don't claim, and I don't think anyone who argues with anti-AI folks claims that computers learn exactly like a human. This was 1 year ago. So AI does not learn exactly like a human. What are your thoughts about that, sweetheart?
Well, we talked about that earlier with the previous Reddit, is that
Right.
AI lacks empathy. They lack those human feelings that are produced by the hormones in our body. You can't replicate that. Because a good reason. We are all different. Our hormones affect us differently. You know, if one person gets really angry at something and the other person doesn't, how does this AI thing really interpret how they are supposed to react?
Right.
You know, because you can have this laid back person being like, oh, yeah, it is what it is. And then you could have, bitch boss next door being like, yep. And that AI is going to be confused.
There's no emotion.
No emotion.
To AI. There's no, and the
no
thing is,
tears, no sad looks, no puppy dog eyes.
Well, you can create AI to do that, but you got to tell it to do it.
It's not authentic.
It's not authentic because it's not happening in the moment like it happens with humans. It's inauthentic. You have to program it and tell it to do that. AI is only going to be able to do what you teach it to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Like a dog without feelings.
The thing is, people learn what you teach them, but people also react on their own. Reactions and emotions within human beings are not predictable.
Yeah.
Usually.
Mm-hmm.
You can't predict that. So AI will never, ever win the reality thing.
No. Because on the flip side, you could have that person be totally calm and all that, and then you say one thing, and that's a trigger, and then that calm person totally throws off your algorithm because they go batshit crazy,
right,
you know?
Right.
So it's not something that you can actually put into a science. You can't. If you show me the science behind it, I'll think about it. You know?
Yeah.
Like if you tell me that you can design an AI to replicate humans in all aspects
yeah,
of a human being and show me that.
Never going to happen.
Never going to happen.
Never
they don't have a heart. They don't have a brain.
They don't.
You know?
Well, their brain is the computer chip.
Their hard drive, which can go, malfunction, where your real people don't really malfunction and shut down.
I think you nailed it. See, the thing is, AI does have a brain, but it doesn't have a heart.
Yeah. And AI is just a computer.
Right.
And so we can never trust our computers because they can crash. And so your AI can crash. But you know what? Your husband, your wife, your kid, your best friend, your boss, they're not going to crack because they're humans or crash. I mean, they're humans.
If humans crash, they're dead.
Well, you know what I mean.
But I know what you're saying is that we don't have malfunctions.
Yeah.
Like computers do.
Yes, that's what I'm trying.
Unless you want to say, humans get sick and then they have to go to the doctor or they break something. Yeah, that happens. But computers can crash. Even a brand new computer out of the box can crash at any time. Any computer can crash.
Any time. And you know what? Yeah. I would much rather live a life where people are living and breaking bones and, doing things like that. Just living. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't want to see people breaking bones because it's fucking painful.
It hurts like a motherfucker, right, baby?
But yeah, I'm saying I'd rather see human life out there and
I'm only human, born to make mistakes. The Human League.
Yes.
The song is
Human
by the Human League.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great song.
Yes. And I love, just interacting with people, interacting with animals. I choose that much more than just sitting down and watching something. Whether it's on YouTube, a movie, TV, I'd much rather be out there at the park or, just even at, just like a restaurant. Sometimes you can like spark up a great conversation with your waitress and, just have a great day, just getting out there with humans. It's bad enough. All of our freaking food we could just deliver on or order on our phone. We don't even have to go in there, talk to the people. Like actually in the fast food, those people behind the counter that are collecting food, they no longer take orders. They tell you to turn around and put it on the kiosk.
Yeah.
That's rude. That is rude. Sorry, I have to go back to Full House. And how rude. Remember that?
AI technology, you can program it to do whatever you want it to do. Basically, like we know there are a lot of Hispanic people working at McDonald's because they do. That's just the way, that's how it is.
That's predominant in our area. We're not saying that across the country.
In
our area.
In California, yes.
In our area where we live.
Okay, fair enough.
Predominantly Hispanic.
Fair enough. But here's the cool thing. And this is the cool thing. Now, when part of the issue in the past, you'd go to the drive-thru and you put a special order in, you want extra mayo, this and that, and they would never get it right because they don't understand what you're saying. But now, you go on the McDonald's app, you order exactly what you want. You can add extra mayo, extra mac sauce, extra this, extra that. And then when it sends the order to the kitchen, it automatically translates it into whatever, language, like, for example, Spanish, right? And then they get the order right. Now, were they able to do that, before that? Yeah, probably so. The thing is, the problem was communicating your order to the Spanish employee at the drive-thru and making sure that they understand you exactly what you want, right? So now, the great thing about having this technology with the apps, that's why I tell Don, I prefer to order things through the app. Sometimes, like yesterday, you want a Panda Express.
Yeah, and I'm like, we don't have to worry about them messing up my order when they're right in front of me.
Yeah.
And I'd like to go in and see how fresh that food is because I could say I want orange chicken, but it's the last scoop of orange chicken in that bowl and it's going to be dry and hard.
Yeah.
So I like Panda Express to go in and see the quality.
And Panda Express is fast casual, just like Chipotle. These places you go in there, you can see what they're doing in front of your face. You go to McDonald's and you order, you can't see what they're doing in the back.
Yeah.
You can't see that they're putting extra mayo, extra mustard, extra ketchup, whatever, right? So I get it. But in most situations, I think this technology is great, and it's also translating the information to the employees that may not understand English as well, and it allows them to get the order done properly.
Do you want me to get on that soapbox?
What soapbox?
Of learning the language? Because this is where the Trump side of me is going to come out. There's no excuse for you to be in this country and working and not be able to communicate with people. I
do agree with that. I do agree that, if you're going to work here in the U.S.,
you need to learn some English.
You need to learn English.
I swear to goodness, the other day, we went to CVS to pick up our prescriptions. There was a little boy up at the counter in front of us. And when the pharmacist came up and told the lady at the, counter, you can't release these to a minor. And he's like, oh, hold on. Well, his mother was standing back there with 4 other raging lunatic children running amongst that store.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes to get her and translates for her so she can get the meds. Then she's piddling around in the damn store while her little children ran out into the parking lot. No lie, the little girl almost got hit 2 times running across that parking lot when the mother was piddling around, doing whatever she wants, not speaking any English. And, I wanted to say something so bad, but my God, she wouldn't have understood me,
Yeah.
Frustrating. I'm sorry, that's my only soapbox about learning the language. I shouldn't have to worry about ordering food and having it wrong in the United States of America.
I agree, and that's an issue with our government. They should set standards for immigration requiring that people that come here on a visa, if they want to become full-blown citizens, they need to take at least 2 years of English.
And I don't believe any state test should be given in any other languages, like the driver's test, because all the signs are in English. None of them are given to you in your native language. So how are you going to read ours if you can't even read our language?
No, I understand. And I've argued this point so many times in the past. I just kind of let it go because...
Well, yeah, because what are you going to do?
It is what it is. Now, don't get me wrong. I love everyone, including the Hispanic culture. I'm just saying that...
I don't care if you are Hispanic, if you're Asian, if you are Canadian, French, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to live here and have a job, it's fine to be bilingual.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Speak English to your customers.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to speak in your regular language to your coworkers, that's fine.
Yeah.
Although we'll think you're talking shit about us, but that's cool. Like whatever, as long as we get our order right.
Okay. Let us continue. The dogs are playing now. All right. What I claim is that humans have a complex brain that does many tasks intertwined, but the core thing that we call learning has as its root a simple mechanic. Neurons strengthen or weaken their connections based on input information.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's been from the beginning of time. They have told people as they get older in life to do more things with dexterity using cognitive thinking. So you'll see a lot of older people doing crossword puzzles or stuff like that to keep their brain working. And you just basically proved me right there with what you were saying. And, yes, computers can know everything from the beginning of time. But are you going to tell me that a computer is going to sit down with you and tell you how it was to live through the Depression? No, but Grandpa will.
Mm-hmm.
Or Grandma will. No, they're going to give you facts. The Depression was between this year and that year, and it affected this and this. But no, you talk to Grandma or Grandpa, and you get the real freaking story. You don't get some man-made AI-generated process of it,
Yeah.
And if you take humans away, then you'll never have that anymore.
You really like this topic.
I like humans. And I'm very much of a people person.
Mm-hmm. That's why I wanted to do this show with you.
Yeah, and it's so just bottom line, I don't like fake. I don't like people to be fake.
You don't like
with
fake
me.
shit. Same with me.
If you
I call
don't
these
like
people out on
me,
YouTube, baby, because they're fucking full of shit. They're phonies.
Yeah, if you don't like me, don't talk shit about me.
Right.
Say it to my face.
Say it to my face.
If you have the balls to talk shit, stand up and prove it.
Do you know what these people did?
And y'all know who I'm talking to.
Babe, you know what these people did? When AI started getting really good about a year ago, maybe a little less than a year ago to about a year ago, you started to be able to take a video and take the voice and the actual image and get it to say what you wanted to say. And these motherfuckers on YouTube were using Donald Trump and his voice and saying, Eli, you're a worthless piece of shit. You sack of shit. You cuckold. You motherfucking lunatic. And when those came out, I was laughing, not because of the technology. I was laughing at the fact that some motherfuckers in this drama group on YouTube would take the time, even if it only takes a few minutes, to create something stupid like this. I'm laughing because it takes a human being to tell the AI to do this, to do it. And the fact that somebody would want to do this, like, they've got to be bored off their motherfucking mind. They must have, like, no life, right? Go ahead.
No life. No life. I mean,
should we continue?
Yeah, we should continue.
Okay. All right. This is something we can actually measure and have done so. So when we say that AI models learn, what we are saying is that they perform that same basic mechanical task during training as a human brain performs. Yeah, well, the humans learn
by repetition.
Yeah, and the same thing with AI. So that right there, I can say AI could replicate the human brain to a certain extent. It cannot replicate our heart. That's the thing. Let's see. The dogs are playing. The human brain does much more than simply building connections. And what goes on inside a neuron is more complex in the brain than it is in a digital neuron. But the basic function of learning from data is by design extremely similar. And I was just saying that. And I think you agree. AI and humans can learn pretty much almost the same way. Repetition's the mother of skill. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah. Replication we start that when babies are babies, you know? But there is a point where what else are you going to repeat, you know? And you just have to learn things on your own. And, you can't do that if you're just a robot. You know, and how boring. I'm just saying, how boring would it be that, you know, you can't walk down the street in San Francisco and have 45 people to laugh at because they're all different. You know, not anything bad about San Francisco, but we all know it's colorful and a lot of people display themselves there. Mm-hmm. But we wouldn't have that with robots.
Very, very colorful, baby, in all aspects of the meaning, but go ahead.
Yes, but you wouldn't have that with AI, you know? You just wouldn't have all these other things if they took over a lot of the major parts of human compassion and love into something. You know, we wouldn't have movies. We wouldn't have songs. We wouldn't dance anymore because, you know, I'm sorry. I've had enough in my life through the Jersey Shore days. But seriously, if you think about all of the things that humans generate that contribute to everybody, there's no way you could put that into one computer's brain.
No. I
agree. They could never talk about overload.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I want to say, first off, the brain is probably affected more than the heart. Because the brain is where all of your hormones, your dopamine, your serotonin, all of that is coming from. You know?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I look at the heart as it's the engine and it's just beating. But the brain is where all those neurotransmitters are that are sparking off. And depends on where they're sparking off in your brain. Because certain parts of your brain make you the type of person you are. See, we are fantastically, you know, just unique. Like in this world, the human body is just, it's amazing what it's capable of. Why do we want to replicate that with something else? You know, why?
Yeah.
I mean, because, I'm talking about the brain, not the heart, because most psychopaths, like, it comes from your brain and the hormones and everything being shut off.
Yeah.
Doesn't talk about the heart. Yeah, you can say you're heartless, you're soulless, but your heart doesn't stop beating during that time.
You're right.
It actually accelerates and like gets excited.
Yeah.
But your brain is like,
AI cannot do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue. We're almost done.
Can I have ice afterwards, please?
Oh, yeah, you can have ice after the show's done. Yeah, we'll be done in about 15, 20 minutes. Okay.
Ice for my shoulder, people.
Yeah, absolutely, baby. Anytime. All right. So it does make sense to ask questions like, if it is ethical for me to train my neural network on everything I see, why is it not equally ethical for an artificial neural network? This isn't about whether an AI model can be inspired or feel. It's just a question of training a mechanistic.
What is the word?
Mechanistic, like mechanically, right? Mechanistic network in meat or silicone. So, yeah, an AI model can be inspired. This isn't about whether an AI model can be inspired or feel. All right, these dogs.
Family is playing.
Come here, Bochi. Sit. Oh, man, they were so calm. I feel that AI can be inspired by what you say to it to program it, but it cannot feel.
And who wants an AI dog?
Yeah, no one wants an AI dog. Not when you can have these two guys here that just won't stop playing and being loud in the middle of our podcast. If we put them in a different room, they'll just bark and want to come in. So anyway,
and they'll destroy it. They'll look for food. We'll go out there. Bochi will be on the pool table. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, let me read a few comments here, then we'll get to the last posting here. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm literally dying.
Okay.
In pain.
How
everybody.
Do humans?
I have to be very specific because I'll have a wellness check when this comes out on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, no. She's all good.
I'm fine. I'm not dying. I'm just in pain.
It's a figure of speech. Anyway, she's in pain from her post-op surgery. How do humans learn exactly, says this Vinix Vainglory. Tyler, the original poster, says, maybe read the post and you could formulate a more coherent question. Yeah, that was pretty dumb thing to say initially. How do humans learn exactly? And then if and but says pattern recognition, which is also how animals and children and LLMs learn. I don't know what an LLM is. But anyway, and look right here. This is how computers learn. You see that on the screen there? Zeros and one. Binary code. Determining the difference between two states is pattern recognition. And Vinixe Vainglory says, no, a pattern is established with repetition, not a single event. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. A pattern is a repetition of events. And basically, that's what creates a pattern is repetition. And with that, is how humans learn. That is how AI learns. The more information you give it, the better it gets. The more information that humans soak in, the smarter, the better they get. Heck, I've learned almost how to be a lawyer, even though I don't have a law degree or anything, because I'm going to be representing myself pro se in some cases, a self-represented litigant. But I'm learning how to do lawyer work because of AI. And quite honestly, I can't afford an attorney, but I need to do this. What's up?
I'm going to stop saying I'm in pain.
Oh, okay.
You know exactly what's going on.
Let's get to the last one here. Let's get to the last one. This will be quick. Anyone else? Oh, sorry. This is from the subreddit r slates Tarcodex, or whatever that is. Anyone else have a hard time explaining why today's AI isn't actually intelligent? Let's read this here. Just had this conversation with a Reddit person, who is clearly never going to get it. Like I mentioned in the screenshot, and I'm not going to read the screenshot because it's irrelevant. This is a question that comes up almost every time someone asks me what I do, and I mention that I work at a company that creates AI. Disclaimer, I am not even an engineer, just a marketing tech writing person, but over the 3 years I've worked in this position, I feel that I have a decent beginner's grasp of where AI is today. And this was 2 years ago. It's even further ahead than it was 2 years ago. For this comment, I'm specifically trying to explain the concept of transformers, deep learning architecture. To my dismay, I have never been successful at explaining this basic concept to dinner guests or Redditors. Obviously, I'm not going to keep pushing after trying and failing to communicate the same point twice, but does anyone have a way to help people understand that just because ChatGPT sounds human doesn't mean it is human? That's obvious.
True.
But that's an obvious statement. Anyone that doesn't understand that is very mentally ill. In my opinion, I'm sorry. They're just.
It's not that they're not, honey, stop. It's not that they're mentally ill if they don't understand. It's just that they have no common sense.
I like that. I like saying people are mentally ill.
And I don't like that because mental illness is a very important and triggering thing for me.
No, I understand.
And you make fun of it every day.
No, I'm not making fun. No, listen. There are people that have mental illness and then they get the proper treatment and help for it. And you've said before that you've had a form of mental illness, right?
Yeah, and that's why I don't like it being brought up in my eyes every day. Even if you're not talking about mine.
It triggers you.
It triggers because you're talking about mental illness in general. You're saying, when you say that statement, is I have the capability to act as low as them because I have mental illness. And I take that you laugh, and that's fine.
I'm not laughing at you. What I'm saying is, this is what triggers me, is when people need to get help over any medical issue, including psychological medical issues. And if they're not willing to get the help and they keep on doing what they're doing, then it's a frustrating thing to deal with. And those are the types of people that I'll just say, yeah, they're just mentally ill to the point of where they can't even get the right help they need. You
don't know that. There were many years that I fought therapy because you know why? I didn't want the therapist to say everybody else was right and I was wrong. So a lot of people just don't go. It's just like that whole stigma. Men don't go to the doctor until something's wrong. I don't like it when you blanket and you bring a whole group of people that have nothing in common under one umbrella.
I'm sorry I opened up my big mouth and sometimes, you know what, I get a little too passionate and say some things out of frustration and they trigger people. The last person I want to trigger is my own family. I don't want to trigger you. Love you. I'm sorry.
Carry on.
Okay. So, let me see here. Obviously, I'm not going to keep pushing after trying. Oh, I already read this. We already read this whole thing. Let's just read a few comments here. And then we're going to wrap this baby up. Our ancestors personified the wind, the ground, lakes, and rivers, and fire. Is it really surprising people now personify something that's fine-tuned to sound like a person? You're trying to justify, these natural resources compared to AI. It doesn't justify it to me. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm just all about being authentic. And I think about, manipulating voices like that. It's not real. I understand we have movies where they go in and, a character has to talk a different way to be that character, but but yeah, I agree with what I said first. I'm sorry.
So he's saying the wind, ground, lakes, rivers, and fire, all natural resources.
Yes.
And AI is not a natural resource.
No, it's not.
You can't make the comparison. That was really stupid comment, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, so what? Now AI is supposed to take over the lakes and the trees and the mountains?
Right. So that was...
Is the beach going away now, too?
So this guy's YouTube username is Anonymous Coward 261.
Well, that says everything.
Probably one of the dumbest comments I've ever seen. Let's read a few more comments and we'll wrap this up. That doesn't really address the argument. What if the part of the human brain that deals with communication and language is just a very nice autofill machine? Well, autofill machine. Who's going to autofill it? Is somebody going to tell the robot what to fill it with, or will the robot just spit shit out whatever is available in its brain at that point?
Well, I think what they're trying to say is like, okay, if you have somebody going and owns a vending machine, you've got to go in and load it every week. You know, people might start using something like that to go in and just insert things you can buy into a box, you know? But then that doesn't guarantee it's going to be right.
You're right. One more comment. Well said, baby. Well said. Last comment here. And this is 2 years ago, but it's more true today. It's about ChatGPT. Bart Weiss says, ELIZA feels like it was really good training for ChatGPT in both feel and specifics. I don't know what ELIZA. I think it's like some of the people that created it, I guess. As a tool, ChatGPT is remarkably sophisticated already. But I've had friends tell me they couldn't distinguish it from a human or talk to it for the first time and suggest it passes the Turing test. Tweaked with, you just can't ask it if it's human. Yeah, I mean, let me just read this whole thing and then we'll share our thoughts. Whereas having played with other bots in the past, it took me like 3 piles to start getting deeply inhuman answers. That's not a boast. It's very easy to do, but lots of people don't approach it with any talking to a chatbot baseline. That and people suck at testing hypotheses the same way they play guess the number pattern games by only testing positive examples. Right. You know, it's going to be like biased testing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like trying to say things to the AI to get the answer you want, not the actual answer. A lot of these people on YouTube, they'll talk to the AI in a way to where it's going to give them the answer they want and not the actual answer, to try to prove someone else was wrong about something they said when that person they're trying to prove wrong was right. And so you cannot be biased with AI, or else it's only going to be as accurate as honest you are with it. What are your thoughts there before we start to share our final thoughts and wrap this baby up?
Well, yeah, I mean, if we're having a human train it, then it all depends on what the human's going to put in there, you know? So, I mean, I've seen this done countless times on Messenger. You'll have a phone conversation. Somebody will be recording it. Next thing you know, it's like somebody else's voice saying something, or they're changing what you said to make it sound worse, which is why I have to always say to y'all, I want to clarify, because people will do that. And it's just sad that nobody can speak freely without, people reacting that way. And so as far as like AI, I'm really on like a 50-50, I would say.
Some good, some bad.
Some good, some bad.
Yeah.
And some great advancements. But yeah, it shouldn't be in the hands of people that don't know how to use it. And it just goes with anything that's dangerous and controlled by the government. Shouldn't be in our hands.
It shouldn't be in the hands of knuckleheads just looking to do stupid shit for content on YouTube to try to make some easy money when they really have no purpose. I mean, that's my opinion on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, people talk and say, Eli lives on YouTube and he obsesses about YouTube, and that's not true. He wakes up and he does.
You want to tell him what I do every day?
Oh, well, I'm not going to get into total detail.
No,
but I'm just going to say,
tell him everything.
No, I'm going to say Eli takes time for himself in the morning. He makes his coffee. But as he's doing that, he's getting the dogs fed, everything cleaned up, making sure my meds are there, making sure something to drink.
Giving you your meds, giving you your insure, taking the dogs out to shit and piss.
Yeah.
Filling their water bowl, filling their
cleaning
food,
intermittently of the different things, doing laundry, all of that, because I can't do any of that. I could go up and get myself a drink, yes. But he does all of that in the morning and has that all ready.
Buy me a drink.
Yeah, can you buy me a drink?
Buy me a drink. Drink.
Yeah, one of my favorite songs.
T-Pain, right?
T-Pain.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You see, when you do that, I just go what I like, and now I have that in my head. But yeah, no. What was I saying about a drink?
No, but you were basically talking about, AI and how it's just half good and half bad. I mean,
yeah, it is. It has a lot of positive things that it can be with. But like I was saying, it shouldn't be in everybody's hands. It shouldn't be as, easy to get to and easy to manipulate. But who am I? Like, this started back in the freaking 90s with catfishing.
Yes.
We've been doing some version of this for a very long time.
Do you feel, baby, because in most other countries, the internet laws are much stricter than the U.S. Do you feel in the U.S. we should have stricter internet laws, especially when it comes to bullying and harassment?
Absolutely. I know that YouTube has made some advancements about the age of children, but definitely there needs to be a big anti-bullying part of their of what they have when you sign up. You have got to agree to that, and if you do anything that goes up like against that, you're out. That's what I feel.
Do you know, like in Canada and other countries, that they can actually ban you from the internet?
Yeah. And I'm sure in many countries out there, they will jail you for things that you are looking for on the internet.
Either that or fine you, or both.
Yeah. So you know what? It's not that bad living here.
No, these people here in the U.S., they get away.
Freaking spoiled, entitled fucking
little bitchy men, the millennials. It started off with the.
You know why they're bitchy men? Is because our dads built this country, and now they're sitting around living off of daddy's dime. And I'm not literally talking about dad's money. I'm talking about the foundation of what dad and mom built in that generation. They are being lazy. Mom and dad built this foundation, okay? I'm talking your mom, your dad, my parents, okay? Then they passed that on to us. We all still had a little part of that, but as each generation goes, we loosen those reins a little bit.
Right.
Unfortunately, Gen X, we let those reins go a little too loose.
You're right.
But each generation's going to be like that, and it's going to be beneficial for each generation in some way.
Yeah.
So I say go back to the foundation of what mom and dad taught you if you had a respectable mom and dad. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't out there, and I'm sorry for that. But, it is what it is. And sorry. But, if you are Gen X, make a change. If you're Gen Y, make a change. Gen Z, make a change.
Absolutely.
And make a change for those alphas and show them the right way to how to do it.
Wonderful. We're at 1 hour and 59 minutes. Any other final thoughts, baby?
No. Me and my bladder.
Okay.
I think y'all should just during each show, write down how much I go, and then
one time.
Yeah, one time.
You can wait 2 minutes for us to do the outro.
Well, yes, outro.
All right.
Outro.
Anything else, baby?
Nope.
There's a whole lot more to talk about, but I'm going to end that here. We can do a part 2 regarding this show down the road.
Maybe with our ladies.
We were supposed to try to get the ladies to come on the show, our other executives, the GNA, Sandra Palacio and Tia, but they weren't able to make it. They've got some things going on, and we wanted to respect them. So we'll do a part 2 at some point down the road. But with that being said, baby, it is time now,
yes, it is,
to start wrapping this up.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. You've been listening to the Don and Eli Take on the World podcast. This was episode number 21, and the topic was what the GNA and people have that AI doesn't. And what that was, human emotion, right, baby? Human emotion.
Human emotion.
Human emotion.
A brain and a heart.
Absolutely. Well, AI can have somewhat of a brain, but it doesn't have a heart. It can learn.
It is a brain that is man-made to think the way man wants it to think.
Absolutely.
It cannot be manipulated like a human brain can.
All right. Well, we got to keep rolling before the song runs out. So thank you for that again, baby. This, folks, just to make you all aware that the audio only, if you're listening to us on the audio only network, such as Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, your very favorite, baby. iHeartRadio, Amazon's Audible. Also, we're on YouTube Music and the rest of the unknown podcast network. If you want to view the video version of our podcast, go in the description of where you're listening to this audio only and click the link there. That'll take you back to our main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. When you go there, subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications so you don't miss anything. Also, while you're there, go in the description and look for the link at the top of the description, near the top of the description, for our secondary live streaming channel, GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. We do pretty much live streams, if not every day, almost every day. I do Walking with Purpose streams, sometimes with Dawn. They're informal, and they have a topic, but they're informal, and you can ask any questions you'd like. So, all right, we are done. With that being said, have a good one, right, baby? Take care. And as always, what, baby? As always,
be good to each other.
Be good to each other.